without any classified information whatsoever, I think it's safe to say that we have struck a major blow alongside our friends in Israel against Iran's nuclear program that is going to make America safer, our friends in the region safer, and protect the world from the risk of an Iranian nuclear weapon for years. Some Democrats, some in the media seem to have such a case of Trump derangement syndrome that they're rooting for the survival of Iran's nuclear program versus celebrating the success of our pilots and their crews. But I think the answers they got in there should be totally satisfactory. Well, first off, as I said, I think we've caused catastrophic damage to Iran's nuclear program. That's not to say they might not try to reconstitute it at some time, but for those of you around 10 years ago during the debate over Barack Obama's nuclear weapons program, we often use the phrase vast nuclear infrastructure because it does take a vast infrastructure. And I know everyone's very focused on what happened at a couple of these underground bunkers or what happened with canisters of uranium, but if you look at the whole span of what happened over 12 days, the targeting of Iran's nuclear scientists, the underground bunkers, the centrifuge manufacturing sites, the gas-to-metal conversion sites, that's why we're confident, since all of those are single points of failure in an effort to get a nuclear weapon, that we have had an extraordinary success.
Has the intelligence community figured that out at this point?
I don't have a comment on that. I will say it was not part of the mission to destroy all their enriched uranium or to seize it or anything else. Again, this is not a Mission Impossible movie. There's not a single thing out there that can be done or not done to allow Iran to get a nuclear weapon.
You got a chance to set back the nuclear ambitions of a religious Nazi by years and you don't take it. That's how World War II starts. World War III starts. Learn from World War II. You appease religious Nazis, you're going to get more religious Nazi behavior. So I think it's absurd that any member of Senate would say, and you got a right to say it, that this wasn't necessary. You're not going to get religious Nazis to give up their nuclear ambitions by talking to them. You have to weaken them. You have to put them on their knees.
My personal view, based on what I heard, is Iran continues to be a threat. A nuclear-armed Iran is a threat to the entire world, an unacceptable threat. And right now, we have no final battle damage assessment that would enable us to be comfortable or complacent about what has been done.
Listen, to me it still appears that we have only set back the Iranian nuclear program by a handful of months. There's no doubt there was damage done to the program, but the allegations that we have obliterated their program just don't seem to stand up to reason. So obviously I can't share any of the details from this briefing, but I just do not think the president was telling the truth when he said this program was obliterated. There's certainly damage done to the program, but there's still significant remaining capability for the Iranians. Ultimately, the only way to truly constrain Iran's nuclear program is diplomacy. You cannot bomb knowledge out of existence. No matter how many scientists you kill, there are still people in Iran who know how to work centrifuges. And if they still have enriched uranium and they still have the ability to use centrifuges, then you're not setting back the program by years. You're setting back the program by months. The only path forward is diplomacy.